the way for Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's return to Parliament, stays conviction in his 2019 defamation case, questions why the sentencing was done without non-application of mind. Rahul Gandhi hails the order, says truth always triumphs. Congress asks Lok Sabha Speaker to reinstate Rahul Gandhi as a Member of Parliament immediately. Speaker's office says awaiting Supreme Court order. Sources say Rahul may be part of a no-confidence debate motion next week. Supreme Court allows a non-invasive survey of Gyanvapi Mosque. ASI will submit its report to the trial court. Findings will not be in a sealed cover. Bulldozers roll on rioters' homes in Haryana's new 3 more social media accounts under scanner for fanning tensions. Hate-monger Bittu Bajrangi, exposed by India Today, is also booked. Freebie showdown continues in Karnataka. Erstwhile Chief Minister Bommai leads the BJP protest, claims SC/ST welfare funds diverted for Congress guarantees. Siddaramaiah government calls the allegations baseless. A tribal youth in Madhya Pradesh allegedly shot at by the son of a BJP MLA, injured victim hospitalized. Police launch a manhunt for the absconding accused. Justice Rohit Deo of the Bombay High Court steps down, announces resignation in open court, cites personal reasons for stepping down from service. Chandrayaan-3 nearing the moon. It will attempt to enter the lunar orbit tomorrow. Soft landing expected by August 23rd. And former US President Donald Trump pleads not guilty to conspiring to overturn his 2020 election defeat. But our top story tonight, there has been big relief today for the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. The Supreme Court stayed his conviction in a criminal defamation case over his 2019 Modi surname remark. The verdict paves the way for the Congress leader to be reinstated as a Member of Parliament. But the big question is, how soon will that happen? And will Rahul Gandhi be part of a no-confidence motion discussion next week? Or will he have to wait longer to be back in the Lok Sabha? Either way, the Congress is claiming victory today. It's our top story.
The smiles are back and the laddus are out. The Congress erupted in celebrations after the Supreme Court stayed Rahul Gandhi's conviction in a defamation case over his remarks on the Modi surname at an election rally. A 3-judge bench of Justice B.R. Gawai, Sanjay Kumar and P.S. Narasimha in its verdict said that the Surat court did not specify the reason for awarding Rahul the maximum punishment in a defamation case, that is 2-year jail term. The bench noted that the Sessions Court and the Gujarat High Court also did not look into that aspect. The court observed that the ramifications of the lower court's verdict were great as it led to his disqualification, affecting not just his rights but the rights of his electorate in Wayanad too. The judges, however, added that Rahul's comments were not in good taste and he should use caution while making public speeches. Earlier arguing for Rahul Gandhi, Abhishek Manu Singhvi claimed that Modi is not a homogeneous community. Singhvi pointed out that even the complainant had taken up the Modi surname later. He insisted that there was no intention to cause harm to reputation. Appearing for Purnish Modi, lawyer Mahesh Jethmalani argued that Rahul had made the comment with the intention to defame every person with Modi surname. He claimed that Rahul defamed an entire class out of malice. When the court made observations on the rights of the electorate who picked Rahul as an MP, Jethmalani said the constituency has the right to elect someone who is not a convict. The Supreme Court stay on conviction means that Rahul Gandhi's disqualification as an MP will be reversed and he will be eligible to fight the 2024 elections. With Anisha Mathur in New Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, the 2 lawyers who appeared in court in that case are Abhishek Manu Singhvi for Rahul Gandhi and Mahesh Jethmalani for Purnesh Modi, who were critical of Rahul Gandhi. I spoke to Mahesh earlier. We'll play that interview out in a moment. But first, joining me live is Abhishek Manu Singhvi, looking rather dapper in a Friday night shirt, it appears. Is that your celebratory shirt? Are you celebrating today, Abhishek Manu Singhvi? You've had a couple of setbacks in the trial court, High Court. Finally, the Supreme Court has given you some reason to smile.
Well, Rajdeep, fortunately or unfortunately, all that I'm doing is resting my tired bones after a very busy day, and I'm enjoying it very much. So, you and one or two other programs are the only interruptions. Otherwise, I'm relaxing and doing nothing, going out nowhere, doing nothing.
That's a rather dapper shirt you're wearing for someone who says he's doing nothing on a Friday night.
Well, I think we need to just wear what we are comfortable in, and I don't need to keep up any particular pretense. So I like the colors, and I like bright colors,
Okay.
even if they are misunderstood. So I think it's a fair point.
Okay. Well, we won't go into lawyers and what they do and don't do, but what you did today is get Rahul Gandhi a big breather. Let's get this clear. Is this, in your view, a breather, relief, complete victory for Rahul Gandhi? Because the court has made it very clear. They're staying the sentencing. The conviction still remains open for you to challenge, which you presumably, of course, will continue to do so. And the court also passed certain observations saying Rahul Gandhi should be more careful about his observations. Are you seeing today as a complete victory or not?
I understand fully your necessity for the anchor to ask questions as a devil's advocate, but let me answer very pointedly and briefly. This is the final judgment, Rajdeep. There is nothing above the Supreme Court on stay of conviction. This is it. Having lost in earlier rounds, we have now succeeded. Therefore, the judgment of the Supreme Court grants stay of conviction permanently. Point one. Point two, what is left is something totally different. That's an argument on the merits. Namely, that he has been convicted only by one court. He hasn't lost in three courts on conviction. That conviction is pending appeal in the first appellate court. That will take its own course. But so long as the stay of conviction holds and he does not get convicted, in appellate levels, his disqualification ceases immediately. Thirdly, as I've been saying, it all depends on your way of looking at it. Somebody can say the glass is 9/10 full. Somebody can say it's 9/10 empty. I like to see the elephant, the body, even the tail. I don't like to see just the hair at the end of the tail. This is a complete victory for Rahul Gandhi. I say so with great humility. The judges appear to have read every word of the entire record. We were stunned. There's hundreds of pages, and they were quoting evidence, all three of them. They have taken a reasoned call. They have pointed out several patent errors. To give you just one example out of many, if something is bailable, namely bail can be granted by the police, you don't have to go to the courts for it. If you can't arrest without warrant, what is known as non-cognizable in technical parlance, if you can settle between you and me, individuals, where the state doesn't come in, what is known as compoundable, where the maximum punishment is simple imprisonment of 2 years. By the way, the IPC has only 22 provisions with simple, which means it's the lowest form, the least serious form. Despite these four things, if the High Court says it's a grievous offense, as if Rahul Gandhi is a habitual offender, serious offense, and then calls it moral turpitude, specifically noted by the judges. And one more example, then I'll come to your point about the conduct in the speech of Rahul Gandhi. The other point is very important also. If it's 1 year, 11 months, 29 days, no disqualification kicks in. When you decide to punish me for the maximum, you jump straight to 2 years. And by the way, as far as I know, I have no case of criminal defamation where the maximum 2 years is imposed. When you jump to impose it, you can theoretically do it, but you have to give reasons. You have to articulate why somebody who has not been convicted anywhere in any court as a first-time offender with a first-time one-level conviction should be given the maximum. Because that maximum matters. It has a consequence of disqualification, a very serious consequence, possibly 8 years. And therefore, the judge is completely not dealt with this, which is what the court pointed out.
No, the court
These
has
and many other errors.
No, the court has pointed out that the lower courts did not apply their mind while confirming the 2-year sentencing of Rahul Gandhi, but they haven't given Rahul Gandhi a clean chit. Let's be very clear. For the comments he made, in fact, they make observation that people in public life should be more careful.
Let me come back to my elephant and tail and hair. Now, you see, there is no such thing as a clean chit. This was an appeal on stay of conviction. We've got a stay of conviction. The matter is over. We have won completely. In the course of that, they have added a few lines, which is only this. that had the Rafael judgment come earlier, it would have acted as a guidepost to Mr. Rahul Gandhi. But that is a bit of a speculation because that judgment came in November 2019. Rahul Gandhi's Kolar speech is April 2019. No doubt they made an observation that people should exercise restraint, but that is a matter for be decided by trial in the conviction court or the appeal court. They nevertheless thought it sufficiently fit that it is not something warranting a disqualification for one more day, and that's the bottom line. Now it depends on which way you look at it. I'm sure there would be people who would say that there is possibly a victory for them in that. Well, good luck to them. I'm happy for them.
So you're saying as of tomorrow, you believe as of Monday morning, Rahul Gandhi should be reinstated. You're saying that, because remember there's a precedent of a MP from Lakshadweep, Mohammad Fazal, 62 days. The Lok Sabha speaker sat on his reinstatement. Do you expect Rahul Gandhi to be reinstated Monday?
Two answers, Rajdeep. If you take 24 hours to evict me from the Lok Sabha, please reinstate me in the Lok Sabha in at least 48 hours. This is petty politics. This is nothing requiring any opinion or any great complex issue of law. Politics is based on large-heartedness also. It is based on give and take. The entire reason for Rahul Gandhi, the sole reason for Rahul Gandhi being out of parliament is disqualification. When the foundation of that is gone, the building, the Imarat cannot stand. Therefore, consequence of disqualification must go. When it will be done, you have to ask the speaker. I don't think it should take more than 24 to 48 hours, the time you took to evict him from parliament.
Right.
And as far as your second question is concerned, I don't think that there is, you perhaps don't know that I did the Lakshadweep case also. There was no business for Lok Sabha not to reinstate that hapless MP from Lakshadweep within 24, 48 or 72 hours.
Okay.
On the 60th day, I moved the petition in the Supreme Court. The day the petition was moved, the government came lamely and said, of course, we are reinstating. Why the petition? Now, I hope and trust we don't have to do that for Rahul Gandhi's case.
Okay. Dr. Singhvi, one final question therefore. In all of this, whatever has happened over the last 4 to 5 months, do you believe there are serious question marks over the way trial courts and high courts function in this country? Are you somewhere or the other alluding to political partisanship? I want an honest answer from you on this.
I never go beyond the record as far as possible. I think the best answer to your question is what was observed in the course of hearing today. Very frankly and candidly, the judges said that they were surprised by such orders, many of them emanating from Gujarat. In fact, in the course of that hearing, the Honorable Solicitor General was also on the screen, and he kind of mildly and protested and said that please don't speak about Gujarat as a whole, and it has a demoralizing effect. And the judges were equally firm and clearly said that, look, we are also very careful when we use these phraseologies. We are very restrained when we say so. But we cannot hesitate to say so because we are dealing with many judgments which have happened like that.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to say more than what you saw on your screen, but I think if you read on the lines and between the lines, there is enough said there.
Let me leave it there then, Dr. Singhvi. I'm going to leave you to the colorful evening that you're likely to have, given, as I said, the color of your shirt. But who knows what lawyers do on Friday nights, since you'll make far more money than any other citizen in this country Monday to Friday.
No, please don't say that.
Don't say that? Okay, I won't say that. But Dr. Singhvi there, reason to smile, beaming away after a few tough months. Thanks very much. You're saying within 48 hours, you expect Rahul Gandhi to be reinstated. Now, you saw on the other side of the screen, earlier I spoke to Mahesh Jethmalani, who, remember, argued against Rahul Gandhi in court. Listen in to what Mr. Jethmalani had to say. And joining me now is Mahesh Jethmalani, Rajya Sabha MP with the BJP, but also senior advocate who had appeared in the case against Rahul Gandhi. Mahesh Jethmalani, the Supreme Court seems to have come down quite heavily in a way on the way the Gujarat trial court and the High Court acted in this manner in giving Rahul Gandhi a 2-year sentence. Do you agree with the basic court line that this punishment was given without application of mind, without giving good reasons for giving a 2-year sentence?
Yeah, I mean, Rajdeep, that's the only ground on which the conviction has been stayed. the conviction has been stayed because the sentence is an unreasoned has been delivered in an unreasoned order or an order where the reasons are not adequate enough to justify a maximum sentence.
But you see, the fact is that in itself gives the Congress, for example, the opportunity to say that the court's non-application of mine caused a lot of grievance or anguish to Rahul Gandhi. He lost out his membership. They will also say and insinuate that the Gujarat courts clearly overstretched and failed to deliver justice.
Rajdeep, they might say it, but they'll be ill-advised to make allegations against any judicial officer. But they can certainly say that the Supreme Court has, said that the High Court had passed a maximum sentence without giving adequate reasons. That's the most you can cull out of it. But you can criticize the judgment and you can use the Supreme Court in your criticism, the Supreme Court's order today. But you certainly don't have the right to attribute motives to any court, whether it's the Sessions Court or the High Court in Gujarat. And, ultimately, let's look at the other side. This is a case where, according to me, the conviction is unimpeachable. If it wasn't for the sentence granted, right, and for the reasons which the Supreme Court has given today for staying conviction, there would have been a conviction in effect.
So you're making an important distinction between the conviction for criminal defamation and the sentencing of 2 years. You believe that Rahul Gandhi stands guilty of the charge of criminal defamation. It's the sentencing which has been stayed because the sentencing was seen based on the non-application of mine. But many will believe that criminal defamation per se needs to be struck off the statute books. It has been struck off in many countries. Do you believe it's been misused in this instance to target Rahul Gandhi?
No, look, let me tell you something. Let me make my position very clear. As far as I'm concerned, mainly because we have such a backlog in the courts, right? Criminal defamation cases, it take ages to complete, right? By the time, the parties settle their matter and so on and so forth, by the time the final court's decision comes. So, and it is in a sense luxury litigation. But when it comes to public servants, they must be careful. Now, what happened in this case is a case in point. I'm not on the sentence now, right? The sentence we all have to accept because the Supreme Court's ruling was excessive because it was given without adequate reasons. All right. As far as the conviction is concerned, this is the second time it's happened. First, there was a contempt of court admonition. Then, 4 days earlier to this incident, on the 10th of April 2019, he put words in the mouth of the Supreme Court and got an admonition and had to give an unconditional apology, which he didn't do in the first instance, right? So this is becoming habitual. Now, I'm talking about the personality concern and the status he occupies, right? So, as far as the conviction stands with overwhelming evidence, an identifiable community of those people who bore the same name as the Prime Minister being defamed.
Is it
so
that?
The conviction is, and look, the only reason why the sentence becomes important, right, is because it was the maximum, and because that maximum sentence resulted in the disqualification. But tomorrow you take that out. I still believe Rahul Gandhi will be convicted, right? And the sentence could be one of jail. It may be anything from a month to 2 years. I don't know.
You see, the reason I'm asking you this, the fact is for over 100 years, no one got 2 years criminal defamation, 2 years sentencing for criminal defamation. And then when it happens to Rahul Gandhi, naturally, people raise questions. Was it done to fix Rahul Gandhi? You see, that's been the question. You're making, as I said, an important distinction between conviction and sentencing. But there will be those who will say that by that token, half our members in parliament would be convicted at some stage or the other. The kind of statements, remarks they make about each other. Was Rahul Gandhi singled out? What, according to you, is the big lesson from this case and the judgment?
Look, Rahul Gandhi doesn't have to be singled out. The point is, you have to have the guts. If somebody calls you corrupt, and this happens very often, everybody calls everybody corrupt, right, in politics. If you take your reputation seriously as a politician, you sue. It's not, this is contrived. If you take your reputation seriously, you will go and sue, right? Now, in this case, Rahul Gandhi made an excessive statement, right? He said all Modis are chores. And then he said, there's a further statement which is equally important. which has not been highlighted in the media. He says, अगर आप ढूंढेंगे तो और भी मोदी चोर मिलेंगे. So this was malice of aforethought. He did it because of his hatred for the Prime Minister. He damned an entire community as thieves because of the Prime Minister. That's surely excessive and irrational.
Can I therefore ask you in conclusion, can I say conclusively this round goes to Rahul Gandhi legally and politically, particularly legally? Do you agree that his lawyers were saying from day one that the sentencing was completely, they believed, ill-founded? The Supreme Court seems to have backed their claim. Can Rahul Gandhi claim victory as he and his supporters are?
I mean, nothing succeeds like success, Rajdeep, and the Supreme Court has given them that, has accepted their arguments. We have to bow to the wisdom of the Supreme Court as well as the deftness of arguments from the council. Yes, I humbly accept defeat in this matter.
Okay, but you still believe that the conviction will go through and that Rahul Gandhi will therefore not be able to get away on the conviction part. That's your belief. Am I correct?
Rajdeep, as a lawyer, I believe this is the case for conviction, but I'm not an astrologer, so I don't know what will happen in the future.
Okay, let me leave it there. Mahesh Jetmalani, for joining us, thank you very much. As always, combative. Good to have you on the show. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Rajdeep.
Now, soon after that big relief from the top court, the big questions begin. What next politically? Celebrations have erupted at the Congress Party office headquarters in Delhi and also across India. While the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi said his duty remains the same, protecting what he calls his idea of India, Party chief Mallikarjun Kharge hailed the decision, calling it a victory of people and democracy. We are now going to turn to the politics. Listen in to Rahul Gandhi.
आज नहीं तो कल, कल नहीं तो परसों सच्चाई की जीत होती है। मगर जो भी हो, मेरा रास्ता तो क्लियर है। मुझे क्या करना है, मेरा क्या काम है, उसके बारे में मेरे दिमाग में बिल्कुल क्लैरिटी है। जिन लोगों ने हमारी मदद की और जनता ने जो प्यार और सपोर्ट दिया, उसके लिए मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ।
संविधान, लोकतंत्र और भारत के आम लोगों की ये जीत हो गई है। सिर्फ राहुल गांधी जी का जीत नहीं है, सारे भारत के जनता की जीत है और डेमोक्रेसी की जीत है और संविधान के उसूलों की जीत है। इसीलिए एक बहुत बड़ा फायदा देश के लोगों को हुआ है।
So is this really a moral and political victory now for Rahul Gandhi as his supporters claim? Will the Congress then go ahead and pitch 2024 as Rahul Gandhi versus Mr. Modi? Does a Modi-Rahul battle actually give the BJP the advantage? Some of those contentious questions in our face-off tonight. The two Gauravs are joining us. Gaurav Bhatia, the BJP senior spokesperson, Gaurav Gogoi, the Congress MP, and Rahul Srivastava, National Affairs Editor, will give us a political perspective. Let's look at you, Gaurav Bhatia ji, also looking rather dapper. Let's understand that basic question. Does the BJP concede that today is a political and moral victory for Rahul Gandhi? His disqualification stayed by the Supreme Court, but his conviction, but more importantly, the court making serious observations over the non-application of mine while giving him 2 years sentencing for criminal defamation. Is that a victory, you agree, for the Congress, moral and political?
Rajdeep, I will come to the victory part later, but let me tell you very clearly, it's a victory for our democracy. The same democracy Rahul Gandhi on foreign soil had stated is dead in India. And I must say that Bharatiya Janata Party has been a party that has always respected the judiciary. And on your program, I want to state this fact. We humbly accept the verdict of the Supreme Court because we respect the Constitution and we revere the democracy that India has. Rahul Gandhi's conviction stayed today and statements are coming out. The judiciary is robust, is doing its job. The democracy is alive again. But let's go back when the trial court verdict came. Rajdeep, I have in my hand the statement made by Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge. And what did he say? Do you know? He was casting aspersions on the judiciary. And I quote, we knew from the beginning because they kept changing judges. And that is why he said Rahul Gandhi was convicted. Jairam Ramesh, he said this verdict on Rahul Gandhi is an example of PM Modi government's dirty politics. What does it show? It clearly reflects that for the Congress party, they have no respect for the constitution and the judiciary of the country. Now coming to today's verdict, let us understand, it is not an acquittal of Rahul Gandhi, one. Two, the Honorable Supreme Court in its order, which I have in my hand, all the viewers must know what has the Supreme Court said about Rahul Gandhi and his immaturity. I quote, no doubt that the alleged utterances by the appellant are not in good taste. A person in public life is expected to exercise a degree of restraint while making public speeches. Does it augur well for Congress and Rahul Gandhi? No, it doesn't. Second, Rahul Gandhi is a habitual offender. And today, a tough question should be asked to the Congress party. If you welcome this verdict by the Honorable Supreme Court, why is it Rahul Gandhi on foreign soil make a statement that institutions are non-existent in India? Judiciary is being run by Narendra Modi ji, another statement by Rahul Gandhi. Today, would Rahul Gandhi apologize? Because there is a verdict which is fair, which has been given by the Honorable Supreme Court. Second, in the Rafale case, please remind Gaurav Gogoi, my esteemed friend, Rahul Gandhi was again reprimanded, and I am reading just one line and then I will end my comment. The Honorable Supreme Court said, certainly Mr. Gandhi needs to be more careful in future, and an unconditional apology was tendered by Rahul Gandhi even in that case. Will they accept the Rafale verdict, the Judge Loya verdict by the Supreme Court, Narendra Modi ji being given a clean chit by the Honorable Supreme Court, Central Vista case? These are some examples where after the Supreme Court verdict was delivered, they did not accept the verdict.
Okay, you've made a rather long opening statement, but Gaurav Gogoi, you respond to that. The basic point I think the BJP and Gaurav Bhatia are making, that when the Supreme Court goes against the Congress, you say democracy khatre mein hai, democracy is in a crisis. Now when you get a verdict in your favor, you say democracy is alive and kicking. Can't have double standards is what the BJP says.
Rajdeep, I want to make three short points. First, the Supreme Court took a wonderful step in preventing a bad precedent from being established. What is that precedent? That if the BJP party does not like a particular opposition leader, then they would get its party workers to put a defamation case, and they would put the maximum penalty of 2 years, which has never happened before. Now, today it could be a political leader. Tomorrow it could be you, Rajdeep. Many people in the BJP IT cell do not like you. So today, if it could happen to Rahul Gandhi, if this precedent had been established, tomorrow it could have happened against a journalist. BJP would get its party workers to file defamation suits against NGOs, against civil society activists, against students, against farmers. So we applaud the Supreme Court from preventing this massive injustice to democracy. My second point is, this was bound to happen. I think the BJP shot itself in its foot when they pursued this case after Rahul Gandhi made his speech in Parliament earlier this year, exposing how Gautam Adani, an industrialist, has benefited from his proximity to Prime Minister Modi. This was bound to happen. And in the end, they have given Rahul Gandhi an elevated platform. And next week, God willing, if the Speaker allows, when Rahul Gandhi makes his intervention in the vote of no confidence, he would be speaking from a much bigger pulpit, and his
Are you
standard,
saying, are you
his
telling me
entire
already, are you
platform
giving
would
me
be
a,
elevated.
no, are you giving me
Thirdly,
some breaking news that Rahul Gandhi is going to speak in that vote of no confidence if he's reinstated? Are you saying he will speak?
if the speaker is as quick in reinstating the membership of Lok Sabha member Rahul Gandhi as his secretariat was when they dismissed him, then I do expect to see Rahul Gandhi be in parliament by Tuesday.
Okay.
And by Wednesday, on the 9th, he could be expected to speak on the vote of no confidence or even on the 10th.
Okay, that's one part.
I
You
must
had a
say my
third.
third point, Rahul,
Yeah, you had a third point.
Rajdeep,
Yes.
that Rahul, yeah, that Rahul Gandhi ji has been extremely dignified in these past 3 months. He vacated his bungalow with dignity. He stuck to his stand. He stuck to his principle. He did not apologize or retract his statement. And at the same time, he went on serving the people of India in the manner that he knows best by reaching out to them, be it in the Azadpur Mandi, be it in the shop of an automobile repairman, or sitting with a truck driver in India or outside.
But the BJP,
So I think
no, but you
overall
haven't
today has
answered
been
the
a big
question.
step.
No, but the BJP
After
says
the
double
Karnataka
standards.
victory-
No, but the BJP says double standards, Mr. Gogoi. The BJP is saying that when the courts give you verdicts that don't go in your favor, you question their motives. When you get a verdict in your favor, you seem satisfied that democracy is kicking.
Well, Rajdeep, Gautam, my esteemed friend, Gaurav, my esteemed friend from the BJP, should not quote the Supreme Court judgment selectively. What did the Supreme Court say on the judgment passed by the trial court and the appellate court? It said roughly that in such a long document, in a voluminous document, both by the trial court and the appellate court, nowhere have they mentioned why was the maximum penalty of 2 years justified. If the penalty had been just 1 day shorter, Rahul Gandhi would have continued to be a member of parliament. It is the fact that it is not 1 day shorter, but the entire 2 years that disqualified him from parliament under the representation of
So the
People's
Congress
Act.
maintains...
This is the Supreme Court observation.
So you maintain that the courts were used to fix Rahul Gandhi. Is the Congress sticking to that allegation that lower courts were used to fix Rahul Gandhi?
I stand by the Supreme Court judgment, who themselves could not find the justification for the 2-year penalty. Rajdeep, as a journalist, there might have been numerous defamation cases slapped on you and your colleagues. You tell me which journalist you know has had to face the penalty of maximum 2 years in a defamation case. Surely you would know as a journalist.
Okay, let me take that to Gaurav Bhatia before I go to Rahul Srivastava, because Gaurav Bhatia, the clear implication of what is being said, read between the lines as you will. Gaurav Gogoi saying Rahul Gandhi was in a way targeted specifically by the BJP. The 2-year criminal defamation was an outcome of this targeting of Rahul Gandhi, that the BJP wanted Rahul Gandhi out after he spoke out against the alleged Modi-Adani nexus in Parliament in February.
So Rajdeep, the basic point that I raised was after, with utmost humility, accepting what the Honorable Supreme Court has delivered today. My question was very pointed. Do they accept the verdict in the Rafael case, clean chit to the Prime Minister by the Supreme Court in the Gujarat riots case? I asked about the Jad Loya case, and I gave example of the Central Vista case. I did not get a categorical response, and the viewers are seeing that for the Congress, when it suits them, they will hail the Honorable Supreme Court of India. And if the verdict is against them, then they will cast aspersions on the judiciary. They will scandalize the judiciary. And let me say this very clearly. Even today on your show, my friend Gaurav, he said that any BJP worker can lodge a complaint. But what he misses and what he doesn't state is the fact that trial court judge is not a BJP worker, Gaurav. The High Court judge is not a BJP worker. The conviction still stays. The conviction is there because Rahul Gandhi has not been acquitted. And the larger point, when they say democracy is dead, Rajdeep, you are aware, Rahul Gandhi on foreign soil had said, the democracy in India is dead. And I'm quoting what he said about the Honorable Supreme Court in UK, 5th of March 2023. And he said, the media, the institutional frameworks, the judiciary and parliament are all under attack. And another earlier statement which I alluded to, he said, देश की कोर्ट को नरेंद्र मोदी जी चला रहे हैं. So this clearly shows that they do not have faith in the constitution and the institutions of our country. On the other side, what is the reality? I must bring it out. Give me 30 seconds. They say Supreme Court is being run by Narendra Modi ji. The very same Supreme Court gives relief to Rahul Gandhi. They say President is nothing but an evil force. Rashtrapati bulaya jata hai. That very same president meets the delegation of the opposition parties to discuss the Manipur issue. They say EC, Election Commission of India and EVM are hacked and they are being controlled by the government. And let me tell you, they win Karnataka, they win Himachal Pradesh. It clearly reveals a sick mindset where you can't take on the force and the magic of Shri Narendra Modi ji, the power of our party, Bharatiya Janata Party, and then you make these remarks which are unacceptable to every citizen of the country.
You know, Rahul Srivastav is patiently listening to politicians. You're shaking your head, Gaurav. I'll allow you to respond. But first, Rahul Srivastav, you heard the politicians. How does this actually play out politically? Gaurav Gogoi is giving us an important news point suggesting that if Rahul Gandhi is reinstated, he will in all likelihood speak in the vote of no confidence. Do you see Rahul Gandhi being projected as the challenger to Mr. Modi? If not de jure, then de facto. That's the way it's all building up now again.
Rajdeep, if you see this issue of defamation and others, it was never the petitioner versus Rahul Gandhi in public perception or the political perception space. It was never court versus Rahul Gandhi. It was always BJP versus Rahul Gandhi. It was being billed as Modi versus Rahul Gandhi. And in that scenario, if you see, the Congress will be making it a victory for Rahul Gandhi vis-a-vis the BJP and Narendra Modi. Now, that's a very obvious thing. In politics, Rajdeep, opportunities come. And it is entirely up to a leader or a political party whether they make a snack of it or a 5-course meal out of it. Rahul Gandhi has an opportunity. Gaurav Gogoi is saying something rightly, which we knew since afternoon today, that if he comes in, definitely. See, remember, Rahul Gandhi has had a very nice, high viewpoint, high eyeball trip to Manipur. And he would like to add on it, speak on this in Parliament and add to it. Definitely the Congress party can use this opportunity. Rahul Gandhi, I think the opposition's narrative, I will openly say, for the last 6 odd months has been dictated by Rahul Gandhi. If opposition is looking better, it's because of Bharat Jodo Yatra, his attacks on the BJP, irrespective of what the BJP says. It may have some valid points, not so valid points. Rahul Gandhi's equity is up. Now, that equity, how the Congress builds it up further. Already you have Mr. Pawan Kheda saying that Rahul Gandhi will be the bazigar. One spokesperson has said today, ki sher ki dahad sunai degi. Now, in that, he may galvanize the cadres, cadres may feel better. But if that actually creates that sense of anticipation in the Congress, that is Rahul Gandhi going to be the face? Yes, definitely, he will lead the Congress, he'll be fighting elections. But will that mean that strong projection of him as the Prime Ministerial candidate? Because the situation is different from last time around. Because this time around, there is an India coalition which is trying to avoid a situation where there is a prime ministerial face. So can that create an upset within that coalition? I think that kind of caution, somewhere Rahul Gandhi and the Congress will have to exercise.
Gaurav Gogoi, is this today the start of once again Rahul Gandhi is the alternative and the challenger? Are you all going to go around saying that, or are you all very conscious that a court verdict and the victory you've had today is very distinct from taking on Prime Minister Modi and pitching 2024 as Rahul versus Modi?
Rajdeep, after the victory in the assembly elections of Karnataka, today's verdict in the Supreme Court is the biggest boost that the Congress party has received. Our workers throughout the length and breadth of the country are energized, and we've got more enthusiasm to take on the BJP in the upcoming state elections in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana and Mizoram. When it comes to the India alliance, the Congress is a central force in the India alliance. And a stronger Congress will benefit the India alliance. There are many seats in which the Congress takes on the BJP directly. So if India alliance has to win, Congress has to be stronger. And Rahul Gandhi is a key pillar in making the Congress stronger, as rightly alluded to by Rahul, that the Bharat Joro Jatra has been the galvanizing point.
But will he be the face and mascot
inspiration for the India alliance and its acronym?
Will he be the face and mascot?
Rajdeep, we have always stated that right now we are in deep negotiations over how to put forward a unified step, how to put forward a vision of a new India, of an India where the ideas of India which we grew up with, the world celebrates and applauds India for. It is for those ideals that we are fighting. So we are in a much more different space than the alliance in 2019.
Okay, let me give a final word to Gaurav Bhatia. 30 seconds, Gaurav Bhatia. Are you saying bring it on? Are you saying if Rahul Gandhi is this inspiration, this driver of the India juggernaut or the opposition juggernaut as they are calling it, is the BJP saying bring it on, we are ready for him?
You know, Rahul is a dear friend. Rahul Shrivastava is the one I'm talking about. And he said Rahul's equity is up. No matter how much the equity is up, a penny stock will not become a blue chip stock. And if that was the case, then I challenge the Congress party not to enter into any alliance and independently contest against the BJP and declare Rahul Gandhi the prime ministerial face. Just 2 days back, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary had said, हमारी मजबूरी है क्योंकि नरेंद्र मोदी जी और अमित शाह जी को हराना हमारे लिए अकेले संभव नहीं है. और एक लाइन बोली जाती है, राजदीप, ऑन अ लाइटर नोट, नेहरू जी कह गए इंदिरा से, ऐसा पोता आएगा, कैंपेनिंग करेगा कांग्रेस की, भाजपा को जितवाएगा. So Rahul Gandhi is welcome to be in the election fray.
Okay, let's leave it.
Rajdeep,
Yes, 30
Rajdeep,
seconds,
can I make
very
a quick
quickly.
point?
Yes, very
10
quickly.
seconds, Rajdeep. See, I think for the Congress also and Rahul Gandhi, this is a lesson.
If you have 2
A
seconds,
legal battle has been won. Legal battle has been won, not a political one. Maybe courts feel that you didn't say the wrong thing, but what is the public perception among the Modi community of people who go around with that famous surname? I think Rahul Gandhi and the Congress need to weigh in that do you need to make such remarks which get you into legal
Point
trouble
taken.
and perhaps written off as political force?
Okay, yes, go, Mr. Gogoi.
Rajdeep, one quick point.
Yes.
One quick point. The fact that Prime Minister Modi remembered his old NDA allies and called this greater NDA meeting in which he invited parties that he's never met before shows to you how afraid they are of the India alliance. In their speeches, whether inside Parliament or outside Parliament, the Prime Minister and Home Minister are stooping down to this level that they are comparing the name of India with a terrorist organization. It shows that the India alliance and the way we are coming forward is sending shivers down the spine of BJP.
Okay, let me leave it there.
The Delhi High Court has issued notice in that matter.
Okay, I appreciate all my guests joining me. As I said, something about lawyers and Friday nights. Abhishek Manu Singhvi dressed very smartly, and so spiffily dressed is Gaurav Bhatia. Let's leave it there. We'll see how this plays out in the months ahead. Now, what is playing out also at the moment is sadly the fallout of the communal violence that took place earlier this week in Nuh in Haryana. Today, the Haryana Urban Development Authority launched a bulldozer action in Tauru town. In the nearly 4-hour-long crackdown, more than 200 illegal shanty housing immigrants were raised in the area by teams of the Rapid Action Force. At some distance from the Nalad temple in Nuh, the bulldozers were driven in the areas adjacent to the hills from where the rioters had fired at the VHP Shobha Yatra. 6 people, including 2 home guards and a cleric, remember, died in those clashes. Now, I was in Nu this morning. I spent my morning there talking to various people. Among those I spoke to was the Mufti of the main mosque in Nu, Mufti Zaid Hussain. Listen in to what the Mufti told me today. ये जो हुआ 31 तारीख को जिस तरह की हिंसा हुई, इसके लिए आप जिम्मेदार किसको ठहराते हैं?
मैं सबसे ज़्यादा इसको जिम्मेदार मानता हूँ उन ऑडियोज़ को जो सोशल मीडिया के ज़रिए से भड़काऊ भाषण दिए गए, भड़काऊ चीज़ें डाली गई, वो इसका सबब कारण बने।
बट दोनों तरफ से हुई। मैंने देखे हैं वीडियो जो बजरंग दल के लोगों ने फैलाई और कुछ मुस्लिम लोगों ने भी फैलाई।
सोशल मीडिया का एक्शन जो हुआ है वो सब कुछ कारण ये बना है। किसी यात्रा पर, किसी धार्मिक चीज पर, मेवात की सरजमी पर कभी भी हमला नहीं होता, बल्कि उसी दिन भी कलश यात्रा यहाँ बाजार में निकली, कुछ नहीं हुआ। लेकिन ये हुआ उसी सोशल मीडिया, मोनू मानसर हो, जब बिट्टू बजरंगी हो या कोई और हो, उनके जवाब में दूसरे लोगों ने भड़काव किया।
मोहम्मद साद कई अलग नाम भी आ रहे हैं उसमें केवल बिट्टू बजरंगी और मोनू मानेसर नहीं कहा जा रहा है, कुछ मुस्लिम लोग भी थे, पाकिस्तानी मेवाती वगैरह।
हाँ, वो कुछ कहा होगा, मैंने नहीं सुना है, लेकिन मैंने जो सुना मैं उसको कह रहा हूँ। मैं इसका कारण मानता हूँ वो वीडियो उन पर प्रशासन पहले से रोक लगाता तो ये हादसा नहीं होता। खाली यात्रा पर हम नहीं। और दूसरे लफ्ज़ों में मैं यूँ कहूँगा, यात्राएं धार्मिक होना अच्छी बात है, हर धर्म को अपना अधिकार है, हिंदुस्तान है, लेकिन यात्राओं में हथियार लहराना किसी धर्म की कोई चीज़ नहीं है। हथियार का लहराना, तलवार दिखाना, गोलियाँ के लहराना या यूँ भाषण देना कि तुम्हारे बहनों और रिश्तेदार आ रहे हैं, तुम जो है हमारा स्वागत करो, ये नहीं है। तुम अपनी धार्मिक यात्रा
नहीं, जो भी हो, वीडियो जो थे गलत थे, हथियार यात्रा में जाना गलत है, लेकिन जो गोलीबारी हुई, जिस तरह से यहाँ के कहा जा रहा है लोकल मुस्लिम ने अपने आप को इकट्ठा करके उनको टारगेट किया, ये भी गलत है, आप मानते हैं?
बिल्कुल मानता हूँ।
जिसने भी हिंसा
की है वो गलत किया है।
जो गाड़ियां जलाई गई, जो
100% कहता हूँ, 100% कहता हूँ, जो कुछ हुआ है वो गलत हुआ है। लेकिन दुनिया का दस्तूर है, मैं कल भी DCSP से कह के आया हूँ, एक्शन रिएक्शन दो चीजें हैं, रद्द अमल। आप गुड़गांव में इमाम को जलाया, मस्जिद में आग लगाई, बादशाहपुर में मस्जिद जलाई, सोने में 2 मस्जिद जलाई, पलवल में 3 मस्जिद जलाई, होटल में 2 मस्जिद जलाई, वो क्या है? वो इसका रिएक्शन था, वो गलत हो रहा है। ऐसे यहाँ जो गाड़ियां जलाई वो गलत हो रहा है।
गाड़ियां भी जलाएगी, लोग मारे गए, होमगार्ड मारे गए, बजरंग दल के वर्कर मारे गए, वो सब गलत है। आप मानते हैं?
मैं मानता हूँ 100% गलत है।
तो अब क्या होगा? क्योंकि अब नू की एक छवि बन गई है कि यहाँ एक सांप्रदायिक छवि बन गई है।
यहाँ सांप्रदायिकता तनाव पैदा जो किया है वो बाहरी लोगों ने किया है, उसमें ज्यादा दखल बाहरी लोगों का है। जब एक उधर हिंसा बढ़ती है तो बहुत से लोग तमाशबीन भी शामिल हो जाते हैं, लेकिन उसके सबब और कारण बाहर के लोग हैं।
ये गोलीबारी जो की, ये बाहर के लोगों ने की। आप कह रहे हैं नू के लोग नहीं थे?
मैं कह रहा हूँ नू का लोकल लोग नहीं थे इसमें,
क्योंकि ये भी एक छवि बन गई है नू में कि कई ऐसे तत्व आ गए हैं जो क्रिमिनल एलिमेंट्स हैं, जो जिनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए। क्या उनको भी
मैं कह रहा हूँ जो क्रिमिनल हैं, पुलिस जांच का विषय है। जो गलत छवि के लोग हैं, शरारती तत्व हैं, चाहे वो हिंदू, मुस्लिम, सिख, ईसाई किसी भी समाज के हों, सबके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए।
यहाँ गौरक्षक भी हैं बजरंग दल से, उन्होंने कहा कि यहाँ तस्करी हो रही है। यहाँ तस्करी हो रही है। फरवरी के महीने में 2 लोगों की मौत होती है, नासिर और जुनैद, उनको मारा जाता है। वो बजरंग दल के लोग कहते हैं वो तस्कर हैं, यहाँ मुस्लिम समाज कहता है ये गौरक्षक हमें टारगेट कर रहे हैं।
वो पुलिस की जांच के आदेश हैं। वो जुनैद और नासिर को जो ले जाकर गोपालगढ़ थाना, पहाड़ी थाना, राजस्थान जिला भरतपुर में, वहाँ से उठाकर मेवात क्षेत्र के से जींद भिवानी में जाकर जलाया जाता है। तो अगर वो गौ तस्करी कर रहे थे, यहाँ से उठाना, कोई तस्करी का उनके पास सबूत मिलना चाहिए था कि भाई ये गाय पकड़ते हुए ले गए। उनके पास कोई, मैं चोर हूँ तो चोरी में पकड़ा जाऊंगा तो मुझे सजा मिलनी चाहिए, लेकिन चोर नहीं हूँ, चोरी का इल्जाम लगाकर मार दिया जाए, ये गलत है।
उसके बाद तनाव बढ़ा,
बिल्कुल बढ़ा है। जुनैद नासिर हत्याकांड के बाद ज्यादा इलाके में तनाव बना है। गौ रक्षकों के खिलाफ जो भी बात हुई है, गौ तस्करी खिलाफ है, तो गौ रक्षक कानून हाथ में लेना ये भी खिलाफ है।
तो आप कह रहे हैं गौ तस्करी भी गलत है?
गलत है।
और
गौ रक्षक के नाम पर कानून हाथ में लेना वो भी गलत है, मैं कह रहा हूँ।
तो अब आखिर में क्या आप समझते हैं कि अब जो माहौल है वो इस तरह से है कि भाईचारा एक बार फिर लौटेगा या नहीं लौट पाएगा? यहाँ आप अपील करेंगे लोगों को? आज जुम्मे का दिन है।
मैंने कल भी अपील की है और अपील हमारी पहुंच चुकी है हर घर तक। प्रशासन के सब मिलकर भी अपील की है, डीसी एसपी के साथ में मीटिंग कर आज अपने तौर पर करूँ। और आज का मेरा जुम्मे का जो खिताब होगा वो भी इसी पर होगा, अमन और भाईचारे का। और मुझे 99% क्या 100% ये उम्मीद है कि हमारे लोकल कम्युनिटी का भाईचारा बाकी है। ये जो तनावपूर्ण स्थितियां हैं वो लोकल कम्युनिटी में नहीं है, ये बाहरी लोगों की पैदा की है।
मुफ्ती भाई, ये कहा जा रहा है कि कहीं ये मैंने पढ़ा है रोहिंग्या बांग्लादेश से लोग यहाँ कर बस गए हैं और वो ये क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटीज कर रहे हैं, ये सही है गलत है?
कोई बांग्लादेशी यहाँ नहीं है। आसामी लोग कुछ जगह हैं, तो वो तो गुड़गांव वहाँ दिल्ली में भी हैं जो देश की राजधानी है। रोहिंग्या जिनको कह रहे हैं अगर वो पनाह गुज़ीर हैं तो दिल्ली में और गुड़गांव में भी हैं यहाँ इलाके, लेकिन उनकी कोई एक्टिविटी हमने गलत नहीं देखी अपनी नज़रों में आज तक।
And you can watch that full ground zero report where we talk to all sides of that story in noon. Let's take a break. On the other side, we'll bring you a little more, including what Rahul Gandhi has been doing when he's not taking on the BJP. Back in a moment.
Meet the men Monu Manesar and Bittu Bajrangi who inflamed Mewar, who triggered the fiery chain reaction.
आपके वीडियोस ने जो है वो उकसाने का काम करा है इस यात्रा में।
कोई उकसाने का कार्य नहीं किया, ना मैं उस यात्रा में गया।
The key faces of the new nightmare. Live streamed provocations and poison.
आधे घंटे की प्लानिंग नहीं है, ये कह रहे हैं कि बिट्टू ने बोल दिया, मैंने बोल दिया, वो इसको लोग तैयार बैठे थे वो बंदूक लेके।
Cops hunt them, but we find them. Listen as they paint the full scary picture. Only on India Today Television.
Welcome back. Now, Rahul Gandhi was our headline maker today, but guess what? Rahul Gandhi has been doing something quite different to fighting the BJP in the last few days. Just a day before the Supreme Court stayed Rahul Gandhi's conviction in the 2019 criminal defamation case, Mr. Gandhi took a short trip to Goa. For what? To adopt 2 puppies from a dog shelter. Rahul's new friends seem to be lucky for him. Take a look at our other only in India good news story.
Rahul Gandhi's new friends seem to be proving lucky for him. Just a day before the Supreme Court stayed his conviction, the Congress leader was in Goa to adopt 2 puppies. He bought 2 3-month-old Jack Russell Terrier puppies from the Braganza family in Mapusa.
बता नहीं सकता हूँ कितना खुश हूँ मैं कि कुत्ता लेने के लिए आए, वो अलग बात है, वो मेरे घर पे आए। कभी सपने में नहीं सोचा था कि राहुल जी हमारे घर में आए और इतना अच्छा आदमी है, इतना डाउन टू अर्थ है।
हमें बहुत खुशी हुई जब वो हमारे पास आए, हमारे घर में आए, हमारे घर में आके कुत्तों के साथ खेले और हमसे भी बहुत अच्छी तरह दोस्त की तरह बात की, तो हमें बहुत खुशी हुई।
Rahul Gandhi spent most of his time in the dog shelter playing with the puppies.
उन्होंने अपने लिए जैक रसल टेरियर नाम का एक ब्रीड का पपी लेके गए और आज हमें सुनने में आया कि उनकी जो एमपी के ऊपर रोक लगाई गई थी वो हटा दी गई है, तो शायद ये बहुत खुशी की चीज़ है हमारे लिए भी और उनके लिए।
Jack Russell Terrier is said to be a happy and energetic breed and is known for its loyalty. Each puppy costs 30,000 to 50,000 rupees. Bureau Report, India Today.
What do they say about dogs being man's best friend? Let me leave you tonight, this Friday night, with some music. It's the 94th birth anniversary of the one and only magician Kishore Kumar. Today, cricketer Sachin Tendulkar took to Twitter to share his favorite song of the iconic singer. He also urged his followers to share theirs too. First, we play the Kishore song picked by Sachin. Listen in.
सके तो इसमें जिंदगी बिता दो पल जो ये जाने वाला है.
And now I share my Kishore Kumar song for the day, and with one piece of advice, that when you're down and out in life and feeling troubled, listen to Kishore. It'll lift the spirits. जिंदगी के सफर में गुजर जाते हैं वो मकाम. Good night, goodbye, stay well, Shubh Ratri.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 37 and minimum 27 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 30 and minimum 26 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 34 and minimum 26 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 28 and minimum 22 degrees. Chennai, maximum 35 and minimum 28 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 30 and minimum 22 degrees.
So sorry.
Co-powered by the new Kia Seltos, the badass reborn. Co-powered by PolicyBazaar.com. Har family hogi insured. Extra safe Polycab Green Wire.
This man, Mohammad Jabir, stands accused of calling for an attack on the police.
उस वीडियो में आप ऐसा क्यों कह रहे हैं कि कोई भी पुलिस वाला आए तो गांव में उसको मारना पीटना?
मैं जी इसलिए कह रहा हूँ उस वीडियो में कि फरीदाबाद के अंदर फरीदाबाद साइबर थाना जो यहाँ से साइकिल को उठा के ले जाता है, जो पुलिस की तैयारी करता है साइकिल.
He is not the only one. Now hear this man, Ataullah Khan.
अगर तूने मेवात में कदम रखा तो अच्छा
नहीं अगर आप अब ऐसे कर कदम रख के बता देना मेवात.
हाँ कदम
रख देना. ठीक है ना, अब रख देना. राहुल को तुम करा दिया अधिकारी को. हाँ कदम रख देना.
वीडियो क्यों इशू कर रहे हो?
वीडियो करेंगे हम, वो भी कर रहे हैं वीडियो. वो उसके साले थोड़ी.
These men are amongst those accused of fanning the new fire. And India Today's special investigation, villains of Haryana, is our top focus on India First.
Mohammad Jabir stands accused of inciting the mob to target the police, and he's not the only one. On India First, we get you details of the investigation so far. More than 100 FIRs have been registered. More than 200 people have now been taken into custody, including more than 80 preventive arrests and detentions. But is this a case of locking the stables after the horses have bolted? There is a special probe team headed by a special secretary of the Haryana government to look into the role of social media posts in fanning the communal fire at Noo. Bulldozer action has also started in Haryana. So is the Yogi model of Uttar Pradesh now being implemented in Haryana? I'm Gaurav Sawant. Action-packed 30 minutes. As always, let's get started with the headlines on India First. Supreme Court paves the way for Rahul Gandhi's return to Parliament. The apex court puts Rahul's conviction in a defamation case in 2019 on hold. Rahul Gandhi hails the order, says truth always triumphs. The Congress party asks Lok Sabha Speaker to reinstate Rahul Gandhi as Member of Parliament immediately. The Speaker's office says they are awaiting the Supreme Court order. Sources say Rahul Gandhi may be a part of the no confidence motion debate next week. Supreme Court allows non-invasive survey of the Gyanvapi complex. The Archaeological Survey of India will submit its report to the trial court, and the findings will not be in a sealed cover. Bulldozers roll on homes of alleged rioters.